All right, listen up. This is a Code Ninja security advisory. We're tracking an immediate, high-severity threat to software supply chains, and this disclosure is designed to force a rapid remediation cycle. Your attention is required. Let's cut right to it. This vulnerability has been tagged with a CVSS 3.1 base score of 7.5. Now, that puts it squarely in the high-severity category. This is not some minor bug. We're talking about a significant flaw with the potential for very serious damage. So what's the bottom line? The threat here is container breakout. An attacker can use this thing to escape a sandboxed build environment and write files pretty much wherever they want on your host system. We're talking about a high-integrity compromise of your core infrastructure. Now, let's get into the official designation for this threat. So what are we actually dealing with here? apko, it's a tool for building OCI container images from APK packages. The vulnerability, which we now know as CVE 2026-25121, is a classic path traversal flaw that can be hit remotely. And here's the real kicker. It requires absolutely no authentication, no user interaction. That means the barrier to exploitation is dangerously low. Okay, I need you to pause. This next part is critical for us to work together effectively. This is a security protocol. Before we dive any deeper, we need to establish a secure comms link. First, I need you to subscribe to this channel. That's your secure pipeline for real-time threat intelligence. Second, hit like. Think of it as an ACK, an acknowledgement that you've received this advisory. And third, and this is important, report your status in the comments. Just type patched or vulnerable. This gives all of us a real-time census of the blast radius. Comms link established. Good. Now let's get into the specifics of this threat protocol. So, who's in the line of hire? The blast radius covers all apko versions starting from 0.14.8 all the way up to, but not including version 1.1.1. If you are running any version in this range, you need to assume your build pipeline is exposed right now. So let's look at the root cause. Technically speaking, the flaw is sitting in a file called rwosfs.go. You've got these three functions, MkdirAll, Mkdir, and Symlink. Now, they all use Go's filepath.Join method, but here's the problem. They're missing a crucial boundary check. They never actually validate that the path they're creating is inside the intended build directory, and that's the tiny crack an attacker can blow wide open. So how does a bad actor get this malicious payload onto your system in the first place? Well, they've got a few options. They could compromise a repository that you already trust. They could create a typo-squatted package, hoping a developer makes a mistake. Or they could intercept your network traffic with a man-in-the-middle attack. And of course, the old classic, just tricking a user into adding an untrusted source. Now, this wasn't just dropped on the world. This was a responsible, coordinated disclosure. The GitHub advisory went out on February 3rd, and the official NBD details followed on the 4th. And we have to give full credit to the researcher, Oleh Konko, from OneSeal for discovering this and reporting it responsibly. That's what allows us, the community, to get ahead of the threat and prepare a defense. All right, you understand the threat. Now for the most important part, your action plan. This is the immediate remediation mandate. Let me be crystal clear. The primary directive is unambiguous. You must patch immediately. Upgrade every single vulnerable instance of apko to version 1.1.1 or later. This is the only way to fully neutralize this threat, period. For your engineering teams, for anyone who needs to verify the fix, here's your proof of remediation. The vulnerability was officially patched in commit D8B787. This fix implements the proper path validation that was missing, effectively closing the sandbox escape route. Now, I know some of you can't patch this second. If that's you, listen very carefully. These are your essential stopgap measures. Isolate your build environments, lock down your APK sources to only trusted, verified origins. Get file integrity monitoring running on your critical host directories, and use read-only bind mounts for any sensitive host paths. These are essential controls until you get that patch deployed. As we wrap up this advisory, let's talk for a moment about why we're bringing this information to you directly and in public. I want to be very clear about why we operate this way. We don't believe in security through obscurity. Defenders, that's you, need timely, actionable intelligence to do your jobs. This public, coordinated disclosure, it's designed to force a rapid, industry-wide patching cycle. It's how we protect the perimeter, together. So I'll leave you with one final thought to take back to your teams. As you're working to secure your build pipelines against the specific threat, ask yourselves this bigger question. Is our software supply chain the new, most critical perimeter we need to be defending? This concludes the Code Ninja Security Advisory. Stay secure.